Sun up, Wisconsin. Morning, world. It's a new day. Thanks for joining us. Have your host, James, Aliya,
Hello.
and all the best viewers in all of media. We appreciate you being here, everybody. We're going to have some fun today. Got some great guests coming up with us a little bit later. We're going to go around the bend with some local events. Aliya did some great homework on our back in history. Be getting into that. How you doing today?
I'm doing all right.
Good,
Yeah.
good. I feel a little bit more comfortable, I'm going to be honest. I don't feel like I look as good. The only time I think I look good is in a suit. You know it means something when you walk past your dad and he does a double take. He's like, Jimmy. But this is just much more comfortable to me. I'm sorry.
It was a very fabulous suit, though. You don't often see like
look good, too.
this kind of is it tweed or plaid?
So, yeah, it's
or,
like a plaid. I
Yeah.
like the plaid look.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's something about it. I do
it's
like.
because we grew up in the grunge era.
Oh my God, it's
Yeah.
completely that. Oh, it's completely that.
It's the now. It's the next evolution of our generation. We went from our flannels around our waists and our baggy Jinko jeans to I'm going to be a fancy man in my tweed suit that
is
reminds
such a
me
good
of
call.
my teen years.
Such a good call. That's great. Oh God, that's good. I was thinking of something last night I wanted to bring up with you, and I'll just do it now.
Okay.
It was going to be a late night text. Instead, I'll just bring it up now. Not bug you at 2 in the morning or something.
I will be sleeping.
Yeah. I was watching Anthony Bourdain.
Okay.
And I like a lot of people, big fan, big influence, and somebody I miss. And every once in a while I catch myself doing this. Lately, without having the normal morning routine, one of the things I've been doing is certainly, checking the news, what happened overnight, things like that. As a kind of come down and almost a palate cleanser.
Sure.
I've been watching like No Reservations, old episodes and stuff. So my whole life, I've struggled with eating in the morning, eating in general, but especially in the morning. One of the most important meals, breakfast.
Yeah.
I just am not good at it. I love breakfast food, but for dinner.
Exactly. I prefer breakfast food at a greasy spoon diner at like 2:00 in the morning. Agreed. Yeah.
One of the things that I realized the other day, I'm watching the episode, and as I'm doing it, and I made myself some waffles, and I'm eating the waffles, and I'm like, oh my God, like he's doing it again. Anthony Bourdain even is still influencing people and still doing stuff. I'm actually eating in the morning because if you're watching that, you know how it is watching food shows. I don't know. Some people you watch them, you just get hungry.
Yeah.
And I'm obviously not able to eat the food, these amazing things he's having there, but I'm hungry, and so I catch myself remembering to eat and eating, and so much because of this show.
Very good.
It's kind of funny how how it happens like that and everything. At the same time, I don't let my mother hear this because if she finds out that some stranger to me
Don't watch, Mama.
was able to influence me where she couldn't do it for so long, not going to go over well. Not going to go.
And that's a huge insult to a mother. As a mother
is.
myself, your whole like the first act you do as a mother is feed your child, and then you just never stop. And are you eating? Have you eaten? Do you want to eat? This is what consumes your day.
So good. One of the things that is hopefully also maybe not consuming your day, but part of your day is you are taking some time to think about if you are from Rapids, what do you call yourself?
What do you call yourself?
We're gonna probably do this once a month where we have kind of a what the what question and we ask you guys and want your takes on it, your interactions. I've gotten some great ones so far. When we get to the end of the month, we'll kind of wrap up and give you guys the names that we've heard. I love the one that you were using before, the
Reptilian.
Rapidian. Rapidian's a good one. It's a good one. Rapidian's a really good one. You want a Rapitsky or whatever or something. This is the case all around the country and all around the world. But around here, locally, we know, hey, we call our friends in Nakusa, they tend to be paper makers. Our friends in Stevens Point are pointers, that kind of thing. What about you in Rabbits? What do you call yourself? We all know what we call people from people like myself from Illinois. So we can move on from that one. That one's covered.
I'm with you right there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, you know exactly what I mean.
Yep.
So let us know, everybody, in the comments or direct messages, however you want to do it, Morse code, smoke signals. We can, figure it out from there.
Yeah.
And we're looking forward to getting into that one, kind of seeing all the answers we come up with. Want to thank our guests coming up in a little bit. Got some great people joining us for that. That's going to be a
Definitely.
lot of fun. But let's dive into our opening monologue here, Aliya. We got
Yes.
some fun topics we want to get into for today.
What fun topic do you have?
I got a good one here. And this one, As much as I seem to ramble about my mom and dad, one thing that I don't, even with all the talking I've done about that, I don't think I have covered, and I've made it. I don't know if I can really bring this home to people enough. How much my dad loves duct tape and how much he uses it. Just a quick kind of case study of this. I had to have been like a junior or a sophomore in high school or something like that. And my little sister was over at the neighbor's house. She's playing around because she's a tomboy, and she breaks her arm. My dad, who
Please don't tell me.
in all seriousness, my father is one of the more amazing fathers that I can think of.
Hmm.
I think he's incredible at it, and he just runs over there and swoops her up, and he's carrying her, and he's going to bring her to the Monte Carlo. We're going to run and all that. But as he picks her up, at some point something occurs to him, and instead of going right to the car, he goes in the house to talk to my mother. And he looks at my mom, and I'll never forget the look on her face. He didn't say anything.
Yeah.
She just immediately, don't even think about it. Jim, you cannot fix her arm with duct tape. You cannot do this, Jim.
That's
Don't
where I
do
thought
it.
this was going.
And I guarantee you, it took him at least another beat or two before it really sunk in that, okay, maybe I can't do that.
Maybe not today.
But we will really try to use duct tape to patch up just about anything. That's where this article takes us. Whether it is a broken toilet seat or holding a boat engine together, keeping a laptop in one piece.
These all seem like terrible ideas to use
Very
duct
much,
tape for.
yeah. In a survey, we learned that 51% of you currently have duct tape holding something together in your house. 51%. And another 1 in 3 are using it to patch up something on their car. I love these stories for one. They're funny. They're fun.
Yeah.
They also, if you're paying attention, everybody, and you see a theme with one of these topics I bring up, they show how much we are alike. I don't care if you're in Timbuktu or if you're in Plover, Wisconsin. We're using duct tape. We're doing these things. Like, it's kind of cool to see that we all have this kind of thing in common, while all at the same time we're also crazy about duct tape.
I do think that I'm falling in the 49%. I really cannot think of anything in my house that's currently held together with duct tape. But
Interesting.
that doesn't mean
Give it
it's not-
time.
yeah, I know. I was gonna say, give it a minute. I did fall and hurt my wrist about a month ago, and I've been using a wrist brace, but now I'm thinking maybe I should just go use some duct tape.
There you go. Yeah, yeah.
That might fix the lingering.
Have you, I don't know if you, I'm sure the audience, some of it might be familiar with too, the game-changing, the evolution of duct tape, where, certainly you got your different duct tapes. This is electrical tape, this is duct tape, the traditional stuff. Now they've got this thing, and my father showed me this because it just blew his mind. Alien tape, where it's on both sides.
Oh, I think you told me about this recently.
And it's just game changer. He just loves this stuff. It's great. He got me into it too, because now I've been using it for like my tapestries and stuff.
Tape is just so evil. It just sticks to you.
It
It gets
is.
in little balls, and
It is a mixed bag. You
it
gotta really,
is, yeah. You have to be an artist with tape, and I am not one of those.
you got to learn to love it sticking around.
I was always jealous of those people back in high school that would figure out how to entirely wrap their textbooks in duct tape. They would
Yeah.
take their, we would take grocery bags and make book jackets out of them, or wallets. People used to duct tape their wallets, and that was like the coolest thing ever. I was never cool enough, so I was a nerd.
That's all right though. That's all right though. There's a place for that. That's a good place right here. I don't know if this counts if you're self-employed. Our
Okay.
next topic.
All right.
It's something maybe you and I might need to look into, being self-employed and all that. But
Let's look into this.
a new report from payscale.com says that if you get a pay bump in 2026, there is a good chance it'll be the peanut butter variety.
What does that mean, James?
I'm glad you asked. It's a term that has been around a long time, but most people don't know about it.
I don't.
A peanut butter raise is when a company spreads money out evenly across the staff, like spreading peanut butter on bread.
Okay.
This is something that we've seen a lot of in the last 20 years, but we're starting to see more of now.
Yeah.
This is one of those things where there's two sides to this. There's been a big push, especially by the Lego company and a lot of places, to, instead of printing manuals for instructions, you just find them online.
Yeah.
And the way they're selling this is, well, we're going green. We're going green and we're doing that. And that is certainly noteworthy.
Yeah.
Any company thinking of that stuff deserves credit.
Absolutely.
It's also a huge money saver.
Yeah.
Like the gigantic money you're saving, not printing out these, like, let's not get past the fact that these companies are also seeing a huge cost effect thing here. You can have two.
It's also helping me with my junk drawer at home because I have always been partnered with spouses or romantic partners that like to keep a junk drawer full of manuals, and I'm the person that will evilly go throw them in the recycling bin when they're not looking. So
It's not going to get much better with your business partner. I'm just as guilty. I'm just as
no.
guilty of, but I
What's
am a little
wrong
more
with you?
organized. I'm a little more organized though. Do I have a lot of them? Yes, but they're all organized. They're all no. But this is where a lot of companies are going. Not only it's not just going green anymore. It's explaining why you are,
Hmm.
and I think owning it. And I think when you're honest about that stuff, and I'm not saying all these companies are, but if you're honest about, hey, we're doing this to be green, and it don't hurt that it saves us a couple bucks.
Yeah.
Who's going to be against that? Who's going
Hmm.
to not support something like that or see that? It's a similar thing we're seeing now where it used to be, especially something we've experienced. Oh, I'm giving so and so a raise, but nobody else is getting one,
Yeah.
which didn't really. There, look, that person probably deserved that raise. There may
Hmm.
have been more people in that office that did.
Yep.
But what that does to a dynamic in an office, what that does to personalities, to
Can
people,
destroy morale
to
a little
motivation,
bit. Yeah.
morale, all that.
Yeah.
So we're seeing more of these companies doing a more of a spread out thing. Almost, I don't know about maybe it's growing up in a military, a lot of military, around a lot of military in my family and everything. But to me, I thought of this not so much as a peanut butter approach, but a military approach where,
Mm.
my papa would talk all the time about one person messed up in the unit, everybody was running laps.
Sure.
We do this in sports too a little bit.
Yeah.
This is that on a positive side more of where everybody kind of wins kind
Yeah.
of thing. I would like to think if that was me and I know that we're all getting a raise because of so and so, I'm going to up my game because of so and so. To me, I'm not saying that's a non-modern or everybody approach.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the way I would do it. That's the way to me. Like,
That's an honorable way to do it, but not everybody does it.
no, I
Yeah.
get that. I just that's my first instinct is
Yeah.
I haven't gotten this hasn't happened like maybe once or twice in my life, but when I first started living, when we first moved out here and I was looking for work, my dad worked construction and he would get me a job on a lot of construction sites
Hmm.
because of his reputation and all that.
Hmm.
I haven't had it, but I knew that I only got that job because of my dad.
Hmm.
So I just worked my tail off even harder because I wanted to prove that I deserved to be there. I
Yeah.
was there on my own merit.
Mhm.
I'm thinking of that with a lot of this. It's certainly not going to happen with every business or every office, but even if it happens with a couple of them, that's a win-win.
Yeah.
And everybody, and the other part, business is realizing, oh, my employees work better when I pay them better.
Yeah.
That shocking thing and stuff.
I know.
The idea that you can get away with, nickel and diming your employees anymore. Those days are getting more and more over. I'm not saying they don't still exist in some sectors, but
Well,
the-
and you see a shift in the way people approach work because you don't have as commonly anymore. You don't have people that work in the same job. Sometimes
Yeah.
5 years is a stretch for someone. I know for me, my longest tenure at any one place was 5 years. Other than that, it's been under that. And so with the, um, what's the word? I guess, the fluidity of
Yeah.
how you can work.
Yeah.
You can work in on site. You can work on the road. You can work from home. That changes how compensation looks as well. So
yeah. It doesn't mean everyone gets the exact same raise. The report found performance is still the top reason for getting more money, but it balance things out and does kind of everybody gets something
Mhm.
kind of thing. The average pay bump plan for 2026 was 3.5%, so that's a big deal.
Yeah.
And we need to see that. That needs to. Along with that, I will get on my soapbox about minimum wage in Wisconsin and how that needs to be risen.
yeah.
You cannot leave it up to business owners. Business owners, their job is to stay in business. So
Mhm.
they're going to cut corners wherever they can. We all know that is usually employees' pay.
Mhm.
We also know that, hey, if you want good employees, you got to pay for them nowadays. That's just business 101.
Yeah.
I don't want any business, especially local businesses, to go out. But look, we're all adults here. We know what the kind of world we live in. If you can't adjust to these things, next man up, next
Yeah.
business up. I don't want any business to go out, but if you go out because of this, that's on you.
Mhm.
You've got to adjust to these things. Don't want people to leave. You want people to graduate from UW, graduate from Point, graduate from Midstate, and stay in state.
Mhm.
You gotta pay them.
Yep.
This isn't difficult. This isn't
Brain
rocket
drain is a
science.
thing. They've been talking about brain drain in the Midwest ever since I was in college a million thousand years ago, and I've spent the rest of my career in the Midwest. But yeah, you got to invest.
The more you're able to do that, the more we're seeing
Yeah.
that okay, they're keeping good employees, or
Mhm.
they're able to And that'll bring in new employees
Yeah.
and stuff.
And it not only strengthens Wisconsin, it strengthens the entire region. And I think, as you know, the Midwest, we're known as like those flyover states where there's nothing going on. Unfortunately, in the Midwest, we've got a lot going on. There's a lot of really great things, and especially in Wisconsin. I cannot talk enough about how much I love this state and why it's my chosen home. So,
I want to make sure to get this one in because it's just kind of fun, and I feel like I went too serious with the topics earlier. But have you seen, or anybody has seen, the potato bed hack that's going around social media?
I know nothing about this, and
Okay,
I
good.
purposely didn't do any
Good.
research so that you can teach me about
You're
it.
such a good teammate. You're so awesome. So you basically just surround yourself in pillows to make things extra comfy and
Okay.
sleep better. It doesn't involve actual potatoes, sadly for some. But your bed just kind of looks like a baked potato if you do it right.
Okay.
You're kind of just building a human-sized nest. This is basically bumpers in bowling for you in a bed.
Yeah.
It's also full circle for every single one of us that was
Okay.
put in a bed, and our parents like put jackets or whatever
Oh,
because
yeah.
we'd roll off the bed or something. So this is real full circle for a
Those
lot of that.
high-tech safety rails of the 1980s.
I move around a lot in my sleep, and evidence of this that I've always been this way. There was 2 reported times my mom and dad could not find me because I fell in between the bed and the wall,
Oh my
and like, Jimmy, where's Jimmy? Oh, there he is. Yeah. This is right up that alley. This is really big. They could have used this. So step 1, you grab a fitted sheet and put it upside down on your bed.
Okay.
Don't pull it around your mattress. Just stretch it out and leave it facing up.
Okay.
Step 2, fill the edges of the sheet with pillows or blankets. If you're that person with 12 decorative pillows or anything, you have finally,
You found the purpose for them.
yes, and your significant other, why do we have all these
We
pillows? What?
This.
I told you there was a reason. Here it is. And then step 3, the final step, add a blanket or 2 on top of that. Then just climb
That's like
on
your
in.
butter on top of your
Yep.
baked potato.
Yeah. And you just climb on in, get in there, and get ready to get comfy.
Okay.
Find a show you can binge.
Yeah.
I would recommend shows that have like 5 or 6 seasons.
Yeah.
And just enjoy it.
That sounds like a good place to watch The Sopranos from.
Yes,
I could do a
yes.
second viewing.
I'm thinking that's where I'm probably gonna watch my 30 Rock Parks and Recs kind of rewatch.
That's a good binge.
I'm watching so many dramas. I've been watching so many dramas. By the way, Severance is one of the greatest shows I've ever seen.
And my eldest keeps telling me that.
Dear
and keeps
God.
bothering me to
Dear
watch it.
God,
and
is that a
I
good
haven't
show.
gotten there yet.
Whew. But I'm too many dramas.
Yeah.
I need more comedies. I need to get more comedies.
I'm on season 9 of Everybody Loves Raymond right
Oh,
now.
good,
Oh my
good.
gosh.
Under as big as that show was.
So underrated, and the performances are insane. They were so funny, and that cast had so much chemistry. Ugh.
Even watching the show, I didn't appreciate that enough. When I go back and to see reruns, especially with so many people that we've lost off that show. It can't be helped. Can't be helped. That reminds me. I wanted to mention this in the last show. By the time this is airing, it has been a little while and everything, but I do have to mention a big shout out and thank you to the legend of Catherine O'Hara.
Oh my goodness.
I know a lot of people have been mentioning her. I remember her from Home Alone. I remember her from this show, or a lot of younger people out there with Schitt's Creek and stuff, and those
Yeah.
are all noteworthy. I like many 80s kids that grew up on WGN, grew up on Second City television. And those days, while I love Saturday Night Live, Second City was my jam.
Mhm.
That was my favorite song. That was the
Mhm.
show I could not get enough of. John Candy, Rick Moranis, Eugene Levy, all those
Yeah,
people. They are
classics.
the outside of maybe like Robin Williams and some of those people, they're my first influences.
Yeah.
And I think my first favorite comedic actress, my mom, Gilda, was hers. So as much as I love Gilda Radner, I couldn't
Yep.
really, and I love Jane Curtin. Jane
Mhm.
Curtin was incredible to me,
Yeah.
underrated. Catherine O'Hara was she was my jam. Like she was it
so
for me.
awesome.
Her look to the cameras. Her in those early days of Second City, she, like a lot of females, did not get an opportunity to really branch out and do wildly different characters. Some were similarity with characters. The ditzy blonde and some of those. The Brooke Shields that she would do
Yeah.
so famously and everything. To her credit, Brooke Shields would highlight and comment,
Yes.
which is always anything. But even in those moments, she was able to find opportunities to show, no, I'm a full range actor. I'm a full range comedian.
Mhm.
I am so thankful that she got this third act that she got the opportunity to get appreciated, see some of this,
Yeah.
to really get her due. You know,
She was amazing. I did watch the SCTV stuff, but for me, and probably like many women of my generation, I saw her in Beetlejuice when I was 10
Mm.
years old, and of course back then I wanted to be Lydia, but now that I am an older lady, I want to be Delia, and I will go insane, and I will drag you all down with me.
Right on. Well, and happily we'll go. Happily we'll go. As one of the biggest, I don't think there's many people that had a bigger crush on Winona Ryder than I did. So it's a great note of not only a Beetlejuice, but like it reminds me too. I got to go back and watch some of that. I
Yeah.
haven't. I've watched it so much as a kid. I got to go back and watch some of her
And
scenes.
not to even her Christopher Guest work.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I
Yes.
spent
Yes.
the weekend watching Best in Show and A Mighty Wind and sobbing. My kids can attest to that. They were like, "Mom, are you okay? Do we need to call somebody?" And I'm like, "No, I'll get through this just fine." And then there was one last one I wanted to mention, and I've lost it now. But no matter what you watched her in, she was magnificent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
It will be missed and appreciated.
yeah.
You know. When it comes to honoring her, I think Potato Bed is no. But actually, maybe it's silly, it's fun, and it
Oh,
could keep
that
you.
was it. Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh
She was
yes,
an amazing vocalist.
it's it gets forgotten,
Yeah.
because of
She
the
was
voice
Sally.
work
She
thing.
was
But
Sally
she
in
was,
Nightmare Before
yeah.
Christmas. And so when you think about her Christmas catalog, Nightmare Before
Oh
Christmas,
yeah,
where you fall on whether that's a Halloween or a Christmas movie, I'll let you discuss. But Home Alone 2. I
it's a
mean,
great note. I didn't think
yeah,
of that.
yeah.
Ah, yeah.
She is a Christmas standard.
Great,
Yeah.
great one. And so thankful that she got that chance. Let us know if you do the Potato Bed. Take a picture of it. I want to see this. I'm gonna
Yeah.
try. I'll try to take a picture of it when I do this and everything. I just got to make sure I don't get my my fur brother,
Yes.
in the bed. I got to
Get
check
him
that out.
lost in the pillows there.
I also have to be able to sit still and lay down long enough to be able to make this. But I will do that, and we'll get it in the comments. And we want to see yours, everybody. Get them to us.
And tell us your favorite Catherine O'Hara moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Neighbor to Neighbor. Aaliyah and I's chance to talk with some of our favorite locals, and we got one of them in today. We have Tricia, Executive Director of our Wisconsin Rapids Family Center, with us. Good to see you.
Yes, you too. Thank you for having me.
Appreciate the time, especially I'm not a good scheduler. If you haven't been able to tell, you are. So I appreciate you working with that and everything.
No worries.
How are things going over at the Family Center?
It's been good. It's been busy,
Mhm.
but keeping plugging along.
Speaking of that wonderful building, the wonderful people in there
Yeah.
that we wanted to take a moment to kind of talk about. I like to mention as well that I am on the board of the Family Center. I'm very proud of that, and I don't care if it's biased or not. And I say that in a little bit tongue in cheek, but also in the sense that I would like to think that when we're talking about this particular topic, we're all on the same side, and we're all on the right side of history on this one. And I think that's a great place to kind of lean into what the Family Center does here in Wisconsin Rapids and the important work that they're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. So Wisconsin Rapids Family Center is a shelter for domestic violence and sexual assault victims. And so we provide that safe emergency shelter, but we also have many, many outreach programs. We have a 24-hour crisis line. We have a lot of different support groups throughout our weeks. We have a children's support group. We have survivor support groups. We have support groups that work through art for healing. And we also provide a lot of emotional advocacy, help within the court system and the criminal justice system advocacy, helping survivors to navigate what that looks like and walk alongside them in those processes with restraining orders or whatever it may be to help them with safety. And then all of the things that come with helping them get back out on their own. Once shelter, that immediate safeguard is no longer needed and getting them out on their own safely. And in the community again.
When it comes to the work that you guys have been able to do recently, one of the main things has been being able to kind of work with the community more. I know that's been important to you
Yes.
guys. Not to say that it hasn't been done in the past, of course, but there's just new avenues, new opportunities, and a lot of that has been starting young, especially young men, and talking about having conversations with them about how you treat somebody you love, domestic violence, how you
Yeah.
handle arguments, all these things. It's a game changer to me. Like that stuff is stuff that I don't know that I know for one that we wouldn't have without the Family Center in our communities. But I also don't think that a lot of people realize that that's a missing thing. You know, some
Yeah.
stuff we see in society. Oh, we got to fix that. Oh, we got to do that. There's certain blind spots we have oftentimes that we need people like yourself or like the family center people over there to see. Well, we're putting a Band-Aid on this. We really need to, start here if we really want to make some, headway in this topic.
Yeah, definitely. And diving deeper, diving deeper into the root causes. And that's something that that we are passionate about. And our local schools have been wonderful. It's been a great partnership, and really our community as a whole. We have a wonderful, supportive community, but really getting out in the community with that education piece. What is domestic violence? What is a healthy relationship? All the different aspects that this can look like. But starting even young within elementary schools. We have been in the last few years been able to go into some elementary schools. We have a support group for individuals within the Hmong culture in the elementary schools, and we also have been able to go in and just teach about healthy friendship. What does it look like to be a healthy friend? And what do you do if somebody's not being a healthy friend? So at their level, but like you said, really starting young so that we are forming up our young people to be the individuals that our community wants.
A credit to, the younger generations as well. One thing that I have noticed, there is this shift that's happened in it's macho to be this. It's manly to treat, your partner well and not to do these things, to call other men out on them. It's becoming more and more. I wouldn't say it's the norm, but with those younger generations, it's working. They're getting that.
Yes.
They're understanding, hey, that actually what it is to be a man or whatever that and everything doesn't involve any of that. It involves the opposite of that. There's so much of that rewiring that's going on right now in our society with the younger generations, specifically with men. It's also important when it comes to understanding not everybody is on that side. Not everybody has gotten there yet. And that's where I think so many of the effort that's going on, whether it is some of the one-on-one things or, this being in the schools, talking with parents, not just the kids, but the events. I'm so thankful to see, something like Chefs for Change around and it being brought back. I want to get into that with you a little bit, if you don't mind.
Definitely.
And starting with the history of it, because it started, of course, as Men in the Kitchen.
Yes.
I was fortunate enough to get to MC one of those and be a part of one of those. Still one of my. I bring it up in part because I love that night so much. And it's such a happy memory for me. And yeah, I enjoyed the work and everything. What I enjoyed the most, and I know I'm repeating myself, add that to the bingo card. But walking in there, and I'm insane. I'm focused on. I have to do my job. I gotta do right by you guys. I have to, all these things. I don't get a lot of those opportunities. So that's where all my focus is as a performer and everything. And it's immediately gone because I walk in, and there's our mayor at the time. There's our friends from the Rafters, our friends from the River Kings. There's all these representatives, and the representation matters certainly. Seeing so many men in that room, and men caring about this topic, and men with their heads up and proud to be there, in a sense of looking at other people that way. Not saying that is the big thing here, but it was one of those things that stood out to me.
Yeah,
it was like,
definitely.
okay, that we're making some headway here. That was some years ago.
Yeah.
When it comes to last year's Chefs for Change, how did you feel about the outcome? How did it go?
It was wonderful.
Because this is second year it's been back.
So
Right.
this year will be our second year. So we kind of brought it back last year, and we did things a little bit different last year. We had it out at the Nakusa Community Center, and the turnout was wonderful. And like you said, the representation of our community, and to see the people who are passionate about our mission and passionate about the work that we are doing within our community is wonderful. This year, we are actually moving to Hotel Mead and having their chef do a plated dinner for us.
Oh,
so that'll
nice.
be, yes, very nice. We had wonderful volunteers last year who helped serve tables and all of the things, but to lighten the load a little this year, we're bringing it over to the Hotel Mead, but we're still going to have that chef competition. So we will have 3 guest chefs coming in and doing an appetizer competition. So as people come in the evening, they can come in and try each of those appetizers. And then at one point during the night, we will kind of do an audience participation for that best appetizer of the evening, which was really fun last year. And it was really fun to taste the things that the chefs came up with. They had some ingredients, local was the theme, and will be again this year for our appetizers. So using some local ingredients and things like that it was fun. It was fun.
I'm glad you brought that up. The local touch with this, and not only certain with some of our favorite chefs and all that, but the ingredients part. I love that. That's a fun part of this.
Yeah.
The event itself certainly is a great time. One of the things that I like about it is the silent auction. I think that people enjoy that, have fun. I mean, if you're going to have an event, you have an auction, have a raffle. You're almost guaranteed to bring at least 30, 40 people in. But I think that it's another thing that shows the commonality and how we're all on the same page and we're all trying to accomplish the same things so much. That's so great for the community and the survivors and everybody involved. It's another one of those chances to just be. Just be, have fun, enjoy the event.
Yeah.
While also certainly in the back of our minds, the front of our hearts, understanding what we're all here for. I think one of the shifts that I've seen that I've appreciated in our community, our society in general, is the idea of, I know that person's in a domestic violence situation. They look like this, or they sound like this, or something. We're realizing more and more and more that no, there is no scarlet A. There is no thing that tells you this person is dealing with this or anything. And with that knowledge is also an understanding of just treating each other, more. And I don't always know it's another person's head or something. This event really creates that. All events have silent auctions. So many events have silent auctions.
Yes.
This event having that, it just shows another similarity. Hey, it's not that different than any other event. It's a good time. The cause, the meaning, the funds being raised, the attention being raised, maybe that topic's different, but the event itself is a good time.
Yeah.
And that's what really a key part of this is reminding people of that too.
Yes, that we can come out and have fun and enjoy our evening while still talking about the realities of domestic violence and supporting that work. It doesn't have to be that taboo topic. We can talk about it, and we should be talking about it.
I think one of the hardest things for young me to learn, that rebel without a pause I was talking about before and everything, was realizing that, no, I got to get this information out there. I got to make sure that people hear this. Blah, 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 blah. That's not how you communicate. That's not, you have to listen and you've got to lean in, give into, work with people on stuff.
Yeah.
I think the more you and the team over there have gotten that on such a great level of understanding that not everybody learns the same. Not everybody hears the same. This event has been a lot of fun with that. The food I could talk about all day. The chefs in particular that are going to be there, they're going to have a lot of fun with this one. The silent auction is going to be great. There's going to be some inspiring stories to go along with this. Could you tell me a little about that?
Yeah, absolutely. We will have a survivor sharing her story of survival through domestic violence and why the mission is so important to her, and why seeing the community supporting this work is also so important, for survivors, because not only are we helping people to be safe, but in the future, we're helping them see a support system that they didn't even know they had. So many people don't see that the community supports them, but it's nights like this that really show survivors. It's the stranger down the road that supports you as well. And that's really powerful for survivors across our community. And I think too, with the story that will be shared, it will also speak so much to the unfortunate rise that we're seeing in need. And we'll, talk a lot about, that different need that we're seeing and how things change, as well over time, how things have changed, but definitely seeing that need and seeing our community stand behind it is wonderful. And we couldn't do it without that support.
And it destigmatizes for people. There are people that can be in those situations and not even realize that they're in that situation until they hear the story of another survivor and realize, I'm in that situation.
I recognize myself in there.
And there's a lot of shame with that. And a lot of survivors have that shame, carry that shame. How could I have been in this situation? How could I have let myself be in that situation? And hearing those stories of other survivors, sometimes you're stuck.
Oh, absolutely.
And there's nothing that you could have done. And getting that inspiration, maybe helps you pick yourself up by your bootstraps and do something different with your life as well.
As the man in the room, to make it about men for a second.
It's all about men, honey.
To to that,
Just kidding.
to your point about inspiring, one of the things that I've also, and I don't know that I ever get a chance to bring this up very often, one of the things that have been really encouraging to me, really surprising to me, you and I have talked before about the numbers for men and women sexually assaulted and how they're not that far apart. But the way we talk about that topic, or the men that come out and talking about that topic, it's so rare. Terry Crews. Like I could tell you the one celebrity that I think has really come out and talked about it. That's how few people do, and a shout out to him for doing that. As I talk about this topic more, and one of the things I like to do is talking about it with people out of town, and seeing how that goes with people in Chicago, people out in California, and how this topic is. And I think one of the biggest shifts I've seen in the last 10 years is how many more men are feeling more confident talking about this, coming out about it, because of the women that have come out and talked about it. And they have been an inspiration. They have shown, and it's not a matter of if they can do it, I can do it, or something like that. It's much more organic than that. It's much more human than that. Of, oh, I got nothing to feel ashamed about here. Like, why?
Right.
It's a stigma that I'm not saying one is worse than the other or anything. It's just another layer to this topic that
Absolutely.
we're seeing a change in. And that's really encouraging. I think that events like this are a big part of that. And people sharing their stories like that are it's one of the bravest things you'll ever see in your life.
Yes, the bravery that it takes, but then also that impact is wonderful. And we shelter men, women, anybody from any walk of life, and it is real for all over, from our teens, from our littlest kids that are experiencing violence in different ways. This month is Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month, and seeing the number of teens speaking out, but even seeing, young boys that are supporting within our schools, and the work that's being done. Yeah.
And this work being done, events like this, the proceeds that they help the Family Center continue to do the work they're doing are so key and important. You touched earlier about stats. I know you had some for us.
Yeah.
Let's lean into those before we let you go.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as you say, Chefs for Change being a fundraiser for us, we can't, with Wisconsin Rapids Family Center, can't continue to do the work that we do without the support of our community. In 2025, Wisconsin Rapids Family Center sheltered 112 individuals. Comparing that to 2024, when we sheltered 81 individuals. And then comparing 81 to 2023, and it was a growth then too. And so just really speaking to that need, our crisis line I mentioned earlier, so we have a 24/7 crisis line where anybody can call in and talk with an advocate, get some emotional support, safety planning, whatever that might look like for them. But our crisis line in 2025 had 310 calls basically per month, where in 2024 we were at about 280. So again, looking at those numbers, climbing throughout, and we continue to provide the support. But internally, we need to be able to continue to grow in order to continue to support the community in these ways. We had over 11,000 services provided in 2025 to over 500 individuals. So,
And I know you touched on it a little bit, but I know also just picking up and hearing those numbers and seeing a rise in certain places, things like that, I hope it brings people's attention to this. Along with that, adding in the cuts that have happened in the past couple of years, heck, you can go back 10 years to our domestic violence shelters around the country. We're seeing that. All the more reason, all hands on deck. Not only showing up for these events and showing up where you can in these, helping out and everything, but spreading the word about them.
yes.
It
yes.
really goes a long way. It goes farther than
does.
you might realize, just sharing a post or something like that. That's why we encourage you to follow all of our friends on social media, especially our friends at the Family Center. Chefs for Change coming up, the second annual.
Yes.
The second of hopefully many.
Yes.
Coming up Thursday, February 26th, 6 o'clock at the beautiful Hotel Mead. I got to do the moving on up thing. I got a little bit. I can't help myself. I'm such an 80s kid. But it is really nice, the Hotel Mead. A big shout out to them for hosting this.
Yes, yes.
Love the Hotel
And
Mead.
also a shout out to our sponsors, Paper City Savings Bank, as well as Marshfield Health System for sponsoring the event and really getting behind, again, the work that we're doing and this event. And we're excited. So, yeah, invite friends, family, whoever it might be, and have a fun night out.
Oh, great people over there at both places. A big shout out to them for sponsoring. I really do appreciate them doing that and appreciate you being here. It's always good to talk to
Yes,
you.
yes. Thank you both very much.
Thank you.
Keep in mind, the Family Center has your back. That crisis line you mentioned, you mind giving that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So you can reach the crisis line at 715-421-1511 any time of day or night.
I had it, but I didn't trust my writing. I didn't trust my penmanship. FamilyCTR.org is the website. Be sure to bookmark that, everybody. And yeah, again, follow them on social media. It's not only a great follow, but it's a great way to keep up to date on things like events like this, Chefs for Change. Make sure to RSVP for that too and get your tickets. If people want to get tickets, where can they get them?
Yep, they can go right online. So at familyctr.org, you can get your tickets there. You can also call the office if you would like to, and we can help you out that way to get your tickets as well.
Say hi to the team over there for us and
Yes,
everything.
will do.
And
Thank
we'll
you.
be talking to you guys real soon.
All right.
Thanks
Thank
for
you so
joining us,
much.
Thank you.
What do you say we go around the bend?
Let's go around the bend.
Let's do that, everybody. This is our chance to really highlight our community, talk about some local events and different things going on in our area. And one of the things I wanted to make sure to mention again was this exciting update from the Central Wisconsin Cultural Center. They're doing business as the Olio Arts and Music Center now. Same mission, fresh new name, along with supporting local artists and offering wonderful classes and an amazing gift shop, by the way. Like especially as we get around birthdays and holidays and all that, you want to get somebody a unique gift. Stop over there. You're going to find not only be supporting local artists, but making that person very happy with getting them something that they can't just get anywhere.
I will say I started following them on Facebook after learning about this new, and I've driven past that building 1,000 times in the almost 4 years I've lived in this town. Lots of really cool stuff happening there.
So
So
cool.
check it out. Check out their website. Give them a call. Give them a
I
try.
want to take one of the glass blowing classes or something like that. I've always wanted to do that. I
That is
really
one
do
of my
it.
dreams.
Along with supporting all the artists over there and those things and checking out some of those great classes, be sure to support our amazing friend, and that's somebody that I'm going to drag onto the show eventually. You can also catch Pete Ravel and 4 on the Floor, 2 to 4 every first and third Thursday of the month over there at the Olio Center, everybody. And you can find out more by going to oliocenter.com. Be sure to follow them on social media as well. As we are talking about with our good friend Tricia from the Family Center, big thank you to her for joining us. Our Wisconsin Rapids Family Center has their biggest event coming up, Chefs for Change, an evening of impact. Thursday, February 26th, join us for an unforgettable evening featuring culinary competition showcasing some of our favorite local chefs. Big shout out to them.
Yeah.
Reserve your tickets and find out more ways to support them at familycenter.org. Keep in mind that event is February 26th over at the Hotel Mead. Big thank you to them for hosting that. And even if you can't be a part of that event, maybe sharing their posts, the post of it on your social media, or, if you're able to, donating funds is greatly appreciated. We all know
Yes.
about the cuts that have happened to the Family Center over the recent years.
And it's a great organization. It definitely needs our support here in this community.
We also know that not everybody has funds to spare, but most of us have an hour or two.
Yes.
So maybe volunteering, maybe,
Yes.
and sometimes that can involve, like stuff that I've done there, just changing light bulbs, just maybe up in a paint job,
Yeah.
in the summer or in the, raking in the winter, shoveling.
Donating clothes if you have them. That's always something that is needed in those situations. as
Picking
well.
up daily household items
Yeah.
for the guests that are there and
Yes.
stuff. Toothpaste, toilet paste,
Toiletries.
yes.
Yeah.
It may not seem like a lot. It's gigantic in that world. It's one less thing they have to budget for. It's
Yeah.
one less thing they have to do that can free them up to do the vital work that they are doing. Thank you so much to this community that supports them. You can keep supporting them and be a part of Chefs for Change, familycenter.org, and get your tickets. Aliya, I know you got some stuff too. I did want to mention just one more thing.
Sure.
Our great friends at Family Natural Foods had their wellness presentations. They had a great pet health session, and we had a lot of fun talking to them. As you heard Katrina mentioning, hot topics, learn about the latest trends in natural food industry, and maybe bring some topics yourself to the February 17th presentation, 6:15 over at 910 West Grand Avenue, right here in Rapids, FamilyNaturalFoods.com. Be sure to bookmark that page and follow them on social media.
All right. So I got a couple things going on here. So February 11th, the Arts Council will be hosting Uptown, a celebration of Motown and Soul at the PAC at 7:30, and tickets can still be purchased on their website.
Sally, call me. Sally over at the Arts
Oh,
Council.
yeah.
I've been trying to get a hold of her. We got to connect, Sally.
Yes,
Got to get you on the show.
definitely. February 14th, our friends at Historic Point Boss are having their winter festival at the Nakusa Community Center. They were here last week talking about that event, and it sounds really interesting. So much interesting food that they're gonna be serving. The event starts at 4. Food starts at 4:50, and tickets can be bought at Family Natural Foods, Daily Drug, or Beaver Dime Store. $25 for the early bird, $30 day of. And then lastly, the Great Northern Distillery in Stevens Point is hosting their Festival of Love. If you still need an idea for Valentine's Day coming up this weekend. It's going to be a masquerade ball, and the charity event proceeds go to the Women's Fund of Portage County. Jazz music, dance music, costumes encouraged. Find out more on their website or their Facebook page. The event does start at 7.
Big shout out to them. They're doing some really cool stuff over there in Point.
Yeah.
I'm really glad you brought that up too. It gives us a chance. We are certainly we're filming this, recording in Rapids, and we want to obviously cover Rapids. That we want to cover all of Central Wisconsin,
Yes.
Point, Wausau, Marshfield, Plover, Nakusa, all of you guys. If you hear this show, spread this show around. Let us know about different events that maybe slip through our fingers and we don't get a chance to touch on.
Yeah.
If you want to join us on here, everybody is welcome. I cannot stress that enough.
And if you want us to come out to your location, give us a ring. We'll come out. We'll figure out how to get out to you.
Appreciate you mentioning.
Yeah.
I forget that too often. I'm so excited about that. We
Yeah.
can be on location. They're letting the inmates out of the asylum. Everybody, woo! That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun. Just 2 other quick notes I wanted to make sure to mention. Our great friends at the Wisconsin Rapids River Kings are back home this weekend at the Southwood County Rec Center as they face off with the Fresh Coast Freeze. Let's show them what home ice advantage is by filling the rec. Follow the boys winter as they build hockey up and down the river at riverkingshockey.com. Follow them on social media. Get to a hockey game, everybody. It's good for the soul. Good for the soul.
That facility is just really nice.
It is.
Yeah.
It's got such an intimate atmosphere, while also a very professional atmosphere.
And for someone who hates the cold, one of my children used to take ice skating lessons there, and I would have to sit there during the lesson, and it's actually not as cold as one would think in there. So
Yeah, they do a great
still bundle
job.
up, but
Big thank you to everybody over the Southwood County Rec doing such great work for over the years. And, of course, our friends at the Kings, the River Kings. We're getting closer and closer to the playoffs, everybody. This is, I know football's done. Now's the time you get to pay attention to hockey and basketball and everything. So get in on it. Pay attention to your local Wisconsin Rapids River Kings at riverkingshockey.com. And, of course, our amazing friends over at the Wisconsin Rapids Winter Farmers Market are going strong. I wanted to make sure to mention that. This is, of course, over at the Wisconsin Rapids Moravian Church. Saturdays from 9 to 1. Big shout out to Beth and the gang over there and the great stuff that they do with our friends and all the amazing volunteers and people that make the farmers market happen.
yeah.
Giving our vendors and our local ag industry and so much else another opportunity to sell their stuff, get their goods out there, and for us to get those goods.
Yeah. There's a lot of good stuff that happens at both the winter and the summer market. Lots of really great foods.
Yeah, and appreciate certainly our friends at the Moravian Church and the things that they do over there and everything. Mostly Beth, not so much Seth, but Tina messing with her. But yes, we do appreciate them hosting and them having that. And of course, we'll be talking about the summer market when it gets going. But for now, we still have a winter farmers market going until March, I believe, from 9 to 1. I'll double check on that.
Yes.
And if anything, I'll have Beth on. We'll bring
Yeah.
Beth on or something.
Bring her on,
We'll talk
definitely.
about it. But thank you for going around the bend with us,
Yes,
everybody.
Thank you.
We want this segment to be even longer, so get us those events so we can do that. Okay.
Yep.
So, kind of wrap up with the day in history stuff.
Yeah.
And
then
kinda-
do you want to do a goodbye?
Yeah,
Or-
I want to.
okay.
I want to get that in there. That parakeet thing, I think, is the one I wanted to do. People online don't even. Oh no. See this about. Well, I'll just read them. You can react. Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right.
I didn't want to throw us make a bunch of throw another monkey wrench into things. So. All right. Hey, Aliya.
Hello.
What do you say we scratch that nostalgic itch and go back in the day?
Well, let's go back in the day. So back in the day, Wisconsin history, February 11th, in 1962, U.S. Senator Tammy Baldwin was born.
Right on.
Yeah. And no matter what your politics, the lady has a impressive background in Wisconsin political history, notwithstanding the fact that she has been in politics since the 1980s. Also, the first openly gay person to be elected to Congress as a non-incumbent. And she's been a forceful supporter of civil rights. And if you're not a forceful supporter of civil rights, I really don't know what you're doing on this planet right now.
Right on. I think that we're gonna, hopefully we're doing this in real time, but we're gonna look back, and history books are gonna look back at Tammy Baldwin and the work she did, the impact she made, and I think really give note to the trailblazing she is. I've been fortunate to get to talk to her and interview her. Could not be kinder. What you see is what you get, same way on and off, camera and all that. And also to the point of wherever you vote, Uh, Tammy Baldwin has been one of the more like working with the other side of the aisle and one of the better people at that,
Hmm.
and able to do it where she doesn't bend. She leans.
Hmm.
She works with. They mutually, I feel like she could almost teach a master class on some of that. She may not agree. I'm sure it's much more frustrating from behind the scenes and everything. But yeah, you got the people that bark are going to bark.
Hmm.
But they're more than not, both sides of the aisle respect.
Yeah.
And that is not easy to
It's
do.
not easy.
That's
Definitely
impressive.
in today's world, for sure. Speaking of trailblazers, born on this day, and I don't have the years, I apologize, but born on this day, Thomas Edison,
Hmm.
inventor supposedly of the light bulb. There will be people that would probably argue with me on that, but classically known. Also, Jennifer Aniston was born
Yeah.
on February 11th. She's amazing, no matter how you slice it.
I don't, she is beautiful. She got the haircut that people were doing.
And she's hilarious.
She's got a lot of great, work that she's done in movie
Yeah.
and TV and theater.
Mhm.
I appreciate you saying that because the rest of my life, whenever I talk about her, I
Mm.
want to make sure to mention how dang funny she is.
She is a
I didn't watch
top
Friends.
tier comedian. Yeah.
So I didn't really know a lot of her work,
Mhm.
and she showed up on SNL, hosted Saturday Night Live,
Mhm.
and blew me away. And
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that's really cool. And then this movie, Horrible Bosses, comes
she's
out, and it's got three people I love, and two of my all-time favorites,
Yeah.
and Jason Bateman and Charlie Day,
Yeah.
who I love. So that's why I'm watching it.
She holds her own.
Not to me.
Yeah.
She steals the movie.
Oh, she does steal the
She
movie.
steals the movie.
Yeah.
Like her funny is funny. Like it's one of the more iconic. I don't mean to overdo it or anything, but I
Yeah.
can't help. To me, I'm not saying in pop culture, but to me, that is one of the funniest characters I've ever seen. In part because I didn't see it coming.
No.
And when I go back and watch it, it still gets me.
It shocks you every single
Her
time.
and Charlie, the
Yes.
chemistry and the way that they are together is so good.
It's
I
pretty
appreciate that you
impeccable.
mentioned that.
Oh, yeah.
I always like to mention that about her.
Two more born on this day. Burt Reynolds. Classic. I mean, there's nothing else you can say about that. Smokey and the Bandit.
It doesn't get noted enough how Burt Reynolds, sex symbol, actor, manly man, all this, still maybe my favorite football movie of all time is The Longest Yard.
Mhm.
Watching that with my dad is some of my favorite memories. All that said, I don't think anybody realizes feminist. Burt Reynolds was going to make darn sure that Sally Field was getting the same respect he
Oh,
was.
yeah.
He was doing now, and he didn't do it as I'm going to do this. He just did it.
Yeah.
Like he just, hey, you're not getting me without her.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. He is the definition of cool to this day, I still think.
Yep.
The reason mustaches are cool is a major part because of Burt Reynolds. All of you guys that are wearing a mustache that can't really pull it off, you can have them to thank. And then there's even if you don't like his movies or his acting, go back and watch the Johnny Carson interviews with him and Dom DeLuise.
Oh, yeah.
It's some of the most pure, fun, like male, like guys just being guys and just having fun and letting their guard down
Yeah.
and just being, especially Dom DeLuise, who really brought that out of people and
Yeah.
made, like, he could make Burt Reynolds just be Burt,
Yeah.
not putting on airs or anything
Yeah.
like that. It's so cool to see that, especially in this day and age where you don't get to see a lot of that.
You don't.
It's so polished now. Those old interviews are some of my favorite things to go back and watch.
There is a show that was on in the 90s. He was on a sitcom, and I don't think a lot of people realize that Burt Reynolds did a sitcom in the 90s called Evening Shade.
Yeah.
I can find it nowhere. So if anybody has
yeah.
a boxed set, I am dying to get my hands on it because
Grandparents
the
love that
cast,
show.
the
That-
cast
that's a
was
great-
amazing.
Yes. Yeah.
And I
Oh.
just remember my mom making me watch it and her like in tears crying. And I'm like, I can't find it anywhere. So if anyone has this in existence, get it into my hands. I
Same
need
here.
it.
My grandparents had me watch it. I'm
Yeah.
so thankful that they did.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Last birthday shout out. One of my favorite people in the whole world is my youngest daughter. So happy birthday to you if you're watching this.
Big shout out to her.
Yes. And then I've got just a few tiny more ones that I wanted to bring to the table. In 1805, Sacagawea gave birth to her first child while navigating the Lewis and Clark expedition, further proving that women rock.
Warrior.
1963, Julia Childs, the French chef, debuted on public TV in the U.S. I will admit that I know less of Julia Childs' work on TV as much as I know Dan Aykroyd's lampooning of her on early SNL.
Right on.
But
Great reference.
Yeah, yes.
Great reference.
In 1990, Nelson Mandela was released from prison after 27 years for his fight against apartheid in South Africa. And if you go to history.com, where I find most of my facts, you can read a little bit more. That man went through stuff you cannot even imagine, only to come out of prison. He was in solitary for the majority of his time. And I mean, how you just come out of that and still be a force for change in a positive way is just it's something to be admired.
Like every one of us, not a perfect human being, and there's context for that. But what can never be lost is what he accomplished, what he
Yes.
did. The I mean, I just as somebody who I had to go to prisons all the time to see my dad and those kind of things. I know what it means for somebody with that background to be able to overcome it. Getting a good job, getting
Mhm.
on your feet, not going back in prison, something like that.
Yeah.
That's also incredible accomplishments. And then there's what he did, where
Yeah.
I mean, there's a whole other level and
There's
everything.
movies made.
I mean, just an
Yeah.
incredible life.
Yeah.
Incredible life.
Two more in 2012. Whitney Houston, mega pop star diva of the 80s and 90s, passed away at the age of 48.
Way too young.
I will be 48 this year, and that just
That
seems
hits
like
you.
an insane fact. Because I grew up, going to
Yeah.
the roller skating rinks, skating to her songs,
Would you
singing. What was that song? The Greatest Love of All, at
Oh,
my
okay.
second grade
Mm.
graduation ceremony.
Nice. No, wow. Nice.
Yes.
Oh, I bet you rocked that.
I
Bet
still,
you-
well, it was the entire class, but I still have
Oh,
all
oh,
of the words clanging around in my brain all these years later.
I talk about singing and musicians. I don't know what I'm talking about. I always like to talk to people who actually do know about it. I used to do this to Melissa all the time.
Mhm.
Now you're gonna have to put up with it. To me, she has one of the most powerful and versatile and unique voices ever. Am I just hearing that, or do
Oh
you
no,
actually
no,
think that?
she's got chops.
Yeah.
I mean, they used to do those diva
Oh,
diva concerts all the time.
Like I know that, and I think it's pretty well
Yeah.
established. Great singer,
Yeah.
powerful voice, all that. But I think she was a lot more versatile than people realize.
Oh, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay.
You've got those singers out there that could basically sing the phone book. They might have the genre that they're known for, but yeah, I think she started off very poppy,
Mhm.
earlier in her career, and then as she kind of evolved into, I would say, a little bit more R&B, a little bit more classic stuff. So yeah, I think she was a lot more versatile than people gave her credit for.
With the popularity of the Bodyguard and that song, it's for one, it's really saying something when you can make a Dolly Parton song your own.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
impressive. It's just as impressive when you have the artist, the writer of that song saying, no, that's hers now.
Yeah.
Like that, when Dolly says that, you know it,
Yeah.
know it. But just as much credit to Whitney that would go out of the reason most people found out that song was written by Dolly Parton was because of Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
She would go out of her way to make darn sure everybody knew, hey, this is her song. And
Yeah.
that so cool to see two amazing humans and personalities and voices pushing credit onto the other. It was kind of cool. That was one of those kind of storylines of that song and the popularity of
I'm
it. I
always going to give a shout out to Queen Dolly because she is a goddess.
We love you, Dolly.
And then my last fact, in very, very recent history, in 2020 on this day, the World Health Organization named the coronavirus COVID-19.
Oof.
Yeah, and I'm glad that we're done with that. Well, we're not done with it, but I'm glad we're done with what we
Know
had
what
to
you
deal
mean.
with several years ago.
Yeah. Let's get into some good stories that they
Yes,
wrap things up.
definitely.
A parakeet flew into a kindergarten class in Canada and landed on a little girl's head. It happened earlier in the month, about 75 miles outside of Toronto. The teacher caught it, and they got to keep it as the classroom pet for a few days until they tracked down the owners. They named it Stormy, and were pretty close to the actual name. Its real name is Snow.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty cool that it was pretty
How
close.
do you track a parakeet's owner?
Yeah.
I have so many follow-up
maybe
questions.
one of those little chips or something
Do
on
they
the
chip
tap.
parakeets?
I don't know if they attach it to the leg, or I don't know if how they do that. Well, that's
I
a
have
great question.
no idea. I
look
have
into
so
that.
many follow-up questions.
You just gave me a new rabbit hole to dive down to.
You know what?
It was a fun story.
If you
though.
text me at 2 a.m. with the answer, I 100% deserve to be interrupted.
In our pregame, we were talking about this. Where, hey, let us know. Do they still teach? In gym class, square dancing and those
Yes.
things. We were wondering about that. I think the same thing with this because I didn't have pets in the class. And now
No.
it seems like it's so much more of a common thing, or it was, and then it went away. Is it coming back?
Yeah.
That's a cool thing for kids.
Yeah.
Like to have a pet in the class and stuff. I think that's awesome.
Absolutely. That's cool.
And one more story to wrap up the day and to send you into your day. A guy in England told his wife to stop entering stupid contests. Please, just stop this. She's really got a habit of this and everything. And she did not listen. And it's good that she didn't. She paid $30 into a big charity raffle and won $6 million and a $6 million house on the lake.
Ooh.
Just from entering these stupid, silly contests. Her words and all that.
Nice.
She also won over $300,000 in cash. They've been married 38 years. She told a reporter, "This is precisely why I never listen to my husband." So there you go. Take that into your day. Don't listen to your husband. But in context, I suppose. But that I love that story. Never in history has somebody been more reluctant to take a $6 million gift than that husband, because he knows what comes with that.
Oh, now she's gonna get to enter all those silly, stupid contests, and I can't say anything about it.
And more power to her. To me, this isn't one of those things where every 10 seconds you're bringing it up. I'm bringing it up at those just out of nowhere. I'm gonna hit you in the left field. You're just getting up. Hey, do you need anything while I'm up? Sure. Hey, could you get a $6 million house on the lake? Could you pick that up for me when you get into the car? No, you can't.
Because I did.
I did.
Got it.
Never let that go.
No.
Never let that go. And never stop spreading the word on this show, everybody, and supporting this show, because we really appreciate it. We're here because of the hard work of so many people behind the scenes. Shout out to Joe and our friends at Rabbits Community Media. A shout out to my partner over here and my co-host, because you're working your tail off. Some of the stuff you showed me last night was great. Cannot wait to get out there for people to really be able to build our business and to build this show stronger and stronger.
Yes.
While we are kind of the EPs and directors and all that, we could extend that list of credits to all of you.
Yes. Absolutely.
Really do appreciate you, everybody.
Yes.
Keep on viewing, keep on spreading the show, and keep up the conversation. Keep interacting with us. We want to know what you think of the show and your takes on it. Until the next episode, thanks for joining us, everybody.
Thank you.